Hey guys, what's going on? Drax here with another Hypermine episode for you guys today. That's right, I am back in Hypermine, and I hope you guys are ready to join me today. Last episode, we did some prank stuff, and I hope you guys liked that. It was a lot of fun, and I haven't cleaned it up yet, but today I have a little something special for you guys. Since I haven't recorded my 1,000 subscriber special yet, I just hit 1,100 subscribers, so I figured I need to do something. And I asked on Twitter a whole bunch of people just some questions, and I got a few of them. I got about 14 that we're going to go over and talk about while I do a little caving adventure. So I hope you guys enjoy, and we're gonna head off. I think I'm gonna go north towards spawn, like our true spawn, and try and find a cave out there. So yeah, I'll be right there when we get there. Alright, so we are out here near spawn. There is a project that I've been working on that we'll go over in a future episode once I finish it up. But yeah, we're just going to hit this cave and see what we can find. Okay then, so we're going to mine this stuff up. It is nighttime, so we might have a few little invaders here and there. But yeah, why don't we go ahead and get started while I'm mining here on our Q&A. So the first question actually comes from Benito's Lair. Fellow hyperminer of mine and on the server, and a good buddy, and definitely not someone that I am being accused of killing their pig. Definitely not. But he says, easy one. Why the Drax skin? Well, the Drax skin, of course, my name is Drax because based off of the comic book character Drax the Destroyer, who's a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. His real name before he was Drax the Destroyer was Arthur Douglas. So a lot of people don't really realize that Drax used to be human. They all pretty much think that he's just an alien, and that's all he is. Which is not technically the case. He used to be human. I believe it was Thanos killed his wife and daughter, and kind of gave him this power, or someone else gave him this power. I think it was Kronos. I don't remember offhand. It's been a while since I've read the story. But yeah, they gave him the power to fight Thanos because Thanos had killed his family, and I think Kronos was the one that gave him his power. So yeah, that is what the Drax skin is. It's exactly a replication. If I remember, I'll throw up a picture on the screen of the comic book variation. There's actually a couple of them. There's the old comic book variation, like back in the 80s or 90s. I don't remember exactly when. Again, I'll put it up on the screen. But there's the new variation that like reimagined that was kind of late after that when he joined the Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's the iteration that I liked the best, and I've had this name for kind of around about close to 10 years, I would say. I had it during the original Xbox days. It was one of my first IGNs back on Xbox. So not only is that why I have my skin, but that is we're out of cave. That is why. Where I got my name. So yeah, we're gonna answer a couple of questions through these, I guess. Well, more cave here. Cool. Okay, not a lot of cave. Alright, so let's see. The next question that I got is from Alexander, who is also on Twitter as the Wolfman. Been a long time follower of my channel. I've seen his name around a lot. So he says, what is your favorite color? And my favorite color is, as you may or may not be able to tell, but what color am I? I'm green. Green is my favorite color. That is not necessarily why I like Drax. I've liked Drax for a lot of different reasons, and that's not why it's my favorite color. But I've always enjoyed green. I thought green was a really cool color. My favorite combination is kind of like green and purple. I think it gels really well together. And then my art teacher always told me I was crazy, but you know, I always thought it looked awesome. So yeah, we've got quite a few mobs here getting in on the Q&A. Let's try and find another cave. Hopefully we can do that. Let's head over this way a little bit. We can find another one if at all necessary. Let's see. Alright, I think I'll come back as soon as I find another cave. Alright, so just chopping down another tree before I dip down into this cave. That way I can make some more torches when the time comes. But yeah, so I think I found another cave here, like I said. Just to recap, we've got questions from Benito and from Wolfman. Next on the list is actually going to be from Haven Hext, who is again another longtime supporter and a patron on the Patreon page. And he asks, how often do you think about my awesomeness? Well, Haven, all the time. I think about your awesomeness all the time. If you believe that, I will sell you some oceanfront property in Arizona. Alright, so another dead end on the cave front here. Well, I think we'll find another one relatively easily. There's quite a few hills around here, so we'll just continue on. Alright, yeah, there's another one right up there that we'll check out. Okay, this next one is going to come from Graphoniac, and she says, hi. Sorry, I got nothing. Well, that's helpful. No, Graphoniac is a pretty great person. If you guys don't know who she is, she's a streamer over on Twitch, and a good friend of mine, and yeah, she's just a lot of fun. And if you guys enjoy chill streams, you know, having a good time and just, you know, doing some good building, she is definitely the person to check out. So yeah, but you know, that wasn't really a question, Graph, so you lose. Maybe not. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have here? Next question is coming from Joe the Pirate, and he says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, 5 years from now, I will be 29, and just before I have my midlife crisis. I honestly, you know, you guys, you want to know my honest to God truth, or answer to this is, I hope to be doing YouTube as a full-time job, you know, something along those lines. This started out as a hobby, and quite honestly, it's turned into something a little more than that for me. It's turned into a dream that I never knew that I had until I started to do it. You know, it was I never thought when I was younger, oh, I want to be a YouTube star, or, you know, I want to make videos on YouTube and whatnot. No, I've always wanted to be like an actor, or a cop, or, you know, just a couple of other things. And it wasn't until Minecon 2013 when I met Zueljin, and had a good conversation with him, that I really realized that I wanted to do this full time, and I wanted to do this for a living. I wanted to entertain people and do that kind of stuff all the time, and I you know, have a blast with it. And I feel like, you know, hitting 1,100 subscribers, that's nothing to gawk at. It must mean I'm doing something right, even though I might not be able to figure out what it is. I could not be more thankful for that. So yeah, that's in the career section of the next 5 years. That's where I'd like to be in that regard. As far as my personal life, maybe in regards to like my wife and whatnot, in 5 years, think I'd like to be traveling a little bit as well. My wife has always wanted to work in a hotel industry and maybe work overseas and whatnot. She's got an international business degree that she could definitely use, and I think that'd be really cool to be able to travel around the world with her with a beastly laptop and make videos from everywhere, you know. That's kind of where I'm thinking in that front. As far as like kids are concerned, my theory on kids between me and my wife, and you know, this might be a little personal, but has been, you know, we're not actively trying to get pregnant, but if it happens, it happens. We're married, we're adults, we're in good financial position to handle such situations if we need to, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then, you know, we'll wait. But that's just how that goes. I'm gonna try this one over here. If not, there's that one over there. I did not bring any ender pearls. So yeah, that's kind of where I see myself in the next 5 years, you know, doing that kind of thing. Next question kind of ties in here a little bit, is from Lady Empire. She asks, boxers are briefs. She says that's her standard question. Honestly, in my humble opinion, boxer briefs, the best of both worlds. Boxers are too free and briefs are too constricting, so I do boxer briefs, and I quite honestly love them. Ever since I put the first pair on, I've always thought they were, you know, fantastic. We have not found any deep caves over here, which is really, really kind of sucky, but yeah, it's just my weird opinion on that subject. Not sure if that says anything about me, but take from it what you will. Right. All right, so this next one is coming from Dino Cow. And Dino Cow asks, which Taylor Swift song is your favorite? I quite honestly, I mean, Taylor Swift is a great country music artist, if you can consider her music country anymore. But she's a great artist with a huge amount of success, no matter, you know, you can say what you want, but she is very successful. And I honestly can't say that I have a favorite song of hers. I have a favorite song that she is famous for that has actually been covered by someone else. In this, wow, we are just not hitting the good caves. The song is actually a mashup of Blank Space and Style, I think is the other song. And it's a mashup done by Louisa Windorf. I'll put a link in the description, but here I can... No, actually, that probably will get me a copyright strike if I do that. So don't put that song in this video, Drax, if you remember. Yeah, so I'll just put a link in the description to it, and you guys can listen to it. It's actually really nice. I might catch some flack for it, but I find it to be a little bit better version of her music. And that's actually true for me for a lot of music, is I actually prefer some mashups over the original stuff. So who knows? There looks like another cave over there. So we're going to keep heading over this direction. That's a pretty big ocean right there, I tell you what. Wow. Alright, so let's go ahead and head over here. I'm sorry that we're not hitting any deep caves. Like, this is supposed to be a caving Q&A. But it's not quite working out for us the way that I would have anticipated, you know? Oh, nope, you're just a little creek. Okay, little lake, little area there. Oh, here we go. We got a ravine. Sweet. Let's drop down into here. Alright, so the next question is going to be from Zueljin, longtime friend of mine, great guy, hermit crafter. You know, he used to be a hyperminer, and I'm sure he will always be a hyperminer at heart. He asks, scrambled eggs or sunny side up? Now, I don't exactly know what sunny side up means, but if that means over easy, I'm going over easy. But if it means something else besides over easy is my favorite, and then scrambled eggs is definitely my favorite after that. So, you know, you get a little, if it's over easy, this is really weird, and my wife doesn't understand it at all and laughs at me every single time. But I have this thing to where if I'm eating an over easy egg, I have to cut all of everything off of it around the yolk. I eat it, and then I eat the yolk whole. I try not to get it to pop or anything like that, and then I just, you know, pick it up with a fork and eat it. But it's a weird little thing, and if she was in here right now, she would tell you that I'm a little bit of a freak for doing that. But, you know, everybody's got their little quirks. And it's not one of those things where I can only eat it that way. It's just the way that I prefer to eat it. Because she asked me the other day, she goes, what would you do if I just popped your yolk right there? And I'd say, well, I'd still eat it. I'd just be kind of upset with you for popping the yolk. And she did it. She popped it. And she's like, wow, you are just weird. Why don't you eat it like normal people? Well, you know, maybe I'm not normal. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Ooh, we got a double ravine. Very nice. Grab this iron right here. Let's see. Can I just work my way down this wall? See if I can just fill that in. Just work our way all the way down here. That's andesite. I'm not gonna wall down with andesite. I could actually use that from time to time. Plus we got a lot of roads and stuff left that I can use that for, so. Alright. So, let's see. Just take care of a few mobs back here. Tell you, I'm getting quite a bit of coal, which is not bad, you know. I don't have too big of a use for it, but when you get enough of it, it can start to become a building material, which is pretty cool. So get all of this. Iron is also one of those things. It's not really necessary, but I kind of, in these situations, pick up everything that I can. You just put on that helmet, man. What a jerk. Anyway. Alright, some more coal here. Let's see. The next question is going to come from Lapis Lori, who is also a fellow hyperminer. And she says, if you could go to any conventions anywhere, which ones would you choose, or which ones would you, and why? Well, POC is my first convention that I ever went. Well, nope, that's not true. The first convention I ever went to was for Minecon 2013. As you can see on my back, I have the cape. And then the second convention I went to was POC, which is PlayOnCon, which is actually one coming up in July that I'll be going to. Looking forward to it. But yeah, I would definitely do Minecon every year if I could, just because the community for Minecraft is actually really amazing. That first Minecon that I went to, you know, if you get me and Z sitting down talking about it, the community was so great. There was, you know, no craziness involved or anything like that, so it was a good time. The next convention would be PlayOnCon, again, just because of the amount of people that I know that go to it, and the good fun that I had last year, and the even more fun that we're going to have this year because so many more people are coming. It's going to be pretty great, so I'm excited about that. But besides those two, probably one that I would pick next would be Playlist Live. That is a pretty large YouTuber, not Minecraft YouTuber or even gaming YouTuber, but it's a very large just YouTube convention, and there's a lot of different stuff there, and I would like to enjoy that. I think it would be a lot of fun to meet some of the YouTubers that have really made this this, you know, venue to what it has been, or media source what it has been. I don't know how you would say that, but I think Playlist Lives would be a lot of fun. It's just down in Florida, so I mean, definitely could be one that I could go to. what's next? PAX. PAX is always a fun one. I love video games, and just being able to see what's coming out would be really cool. Let's see, CES, which is a Consumer Electronics Show. I love tech. Like, tech would be one of the coolest things, to be able to see what the cutting edge in tech world would be, and to get press passes to stuff like this would be pretty crazy. So yeah, that's another one. Let's see. I don't know. Comic-Con would be a lot of fun too. I'm pretty big into comic books. I'd probably have to say like the San Francisco Comic-Con, because it's like the biggest. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's really, I can't think of any other conventions offhand that I can think of. But let's see, what else is there? Next question is coming from Nikosi, and he says, "Damn it, Drax." And that's a little inside story between me and Nikosi. When I first was being, I don't know, quote unquote, interviewed to join Hypermine about a year and a half ago, Nikosi, Zueljin, I, and a couple other people, I think like Tick and Midnight Designer was there, I think. We were all doing some mini games, and I kept kicking Nikosi's butt in Qcraft, not Qcraft. What is that name of that? Quakecraft. There we go, Quakecraft. Kept kicking his butt, killing him. Probably because I had a better ping to the server than he did, but yeah, he kept saying, "Damn it, Drax, quit killing me," you know, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, good laugh. So yeah, that is from Nikosi. So let's see. Phineas Rage. I'm going to come back to yours because yours is a little long-winded. Well, not your question, but the answer that I would have would be long-winded, and I need to think about it a little bit. Rebel 481, who is actually my nephew, on Twitter, asks, "I got one for you. Who's your favorite nephew?" Well, of course I'm gonna say you. You're the one watching. But yeah, he's a good nephew. Unfortunately, I don't get to see them quite enough because I no longer live in the St. Louis area. You know, I live in Nashville now, and just don't get to keep up quite as much with the family. So, yeah, there's you know, stories behind that, but what the heck. The next one is comes from RubyZone, and he says, "What was your favorite part of POC last year?" So that's, again, POC is PlayOnCon. It's a convention in Alabama, and it's in July this year, and I will be reattending that. But Ruby, my favorite part of POC last year would probably have to be winning the grill cook-off, the grill building cook-off championship thingy that Good put on. I won that with Zueljin. He was my partner. I assembled the grill in record time with a few alcoholic beverages in me, and you know, there are videos of that online. I think if you go to Ruby's channel, I might be able to find it and post it in the comment section if you guys are interested in seeing that. But yeah, I think Ruby recorded it. I know Zueljin recorded it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I had a good time making a little bit of a fool of myself. So yeah. Let's see. I guess we're back to Phineas, and he asks, if you had to run a MC server and it had to be a particular theme, what would that theme be? So, this could go a couple different ways, in my opinion. This could be a theme like mini games, or a theme like modded, or something like that, or it could be like what the build theme was on the server. And if I had to pick one of the, like, the first styles, like the style of server, I would almost have to say See, this is a tough question. Like I said, because it's so kind of, open-ended in a way, I would almost have to say, and he's actually online right now, I would almost have to say that I would host a... Oh gosh, man. I'd have to go modded, actually. I'd have to do a modded server. And I'd have to do a public one, like he says on there. Just because I have so much fun with modded. And I think modded is one of those things that a lot of people can get into. Even if you're not familiar with modded, it's still something that you can get into and find something. Even if it's just a few aesthetics touches that you can get into and have be one of your things, or maybe you just like guns, or maybe you just like the ore doubling mechanics that you see a part of it. There's something for everybody in modded, and I think that's it's a big part of it. There's also I really like some of these creative servers that I'm seeing. Find those to be a lot of fun, just seeing what people come up with and whatnot. But if I had to do a theme server, like if I had to pick a theme for everyone on that server to build with, as silly as it sounds, I'd probably go medieval. I love medieval builds. I find them to be awesome. I find everything about them to be pretty dang sweet. And they're usually just mind-blowing, It's pretty crazy. And then anything to do with redstone, I'm blown away by. I am not a redstoner, and unfortunately, I don't know if maybe I'm incapable of learning redstone, or maybe I'm just haven't taken the real opportunity to do it. But yeah, I'm not good with the redstone. So yeah. All right. Well, after looking over the questions here, I think that's it for all of the questions that we got. Let me come up here real quick just to check things out, see if I can find our ravine that we left out of. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Yeah, it wasn't this way. It was back up here. So yeah, I'm just looking over this list here, see if there's anything else that I can come up with. I guess some like general questions that come to... Did I just make another circle? Yeah, I just made another circle. Some other questions, like who's your favorite superhero? I'd have to say Drax, of course. That's Marvel. If I had to pick a favorite DC character, it would be Green Lantern. Most influential video games, like Fable and whatnot. I love those games. Oh, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That's actually a part of the Humble Bundle. I did miss a question. I overlooked it here real quick. Sorry. It's comes from Nick Vegas. And he says, who are the greatest people to influence your channel? Nick is a long time supporter of the channel, and I could not be more appreciative of him. The greatest influences on my channel, number one would have to be my buddy Zueljin. Zueljin has been such a great, I guess you could call him a mentor. It's not even what he was. He's just a really good friend, and has been very helpful to me. More than I can possibly ever return the favor. If I could, if the tables were flipped, I would return the favor to him in a heartbeat. If I had the opportunity, if I had the means. But he has been a fantastic guy, and someone that I am actually really happy to be able to call friend through this crazy adventure that we've had on YouTube. Another really big influence was Slipgator and Woolly Creeper. and another guy named Stony Plays. Those three guys kind of convinced me a little bit to make a YouTube channel. Way back in the day, I'd played on this server called Get in the Cart Pig, and it's actually still around, and it was the first ever Minecraft server that I had ever joined that was like kind of a public, but you had to go through like an application process and whatnot to kind of get approved, and it was just a nice little screening process. And this server's still around today, and I hope I can tag them in it and get some of those guys talking in the conversation. But Stony was on the server first, and he invited this guy Woolly Creeper onto the server. I think it was before Hypermine was really a thing, or the Hypermine Vanilla was really a thing. And so he invited him on to kind of just play and have a good time, because he was good friends with Stony. And then I think shortly after that, Slipgator had come on and joined our mumble, and I remember I'd actually watched Slip for a good while before that, and I kind of had a little bit of a fanboy moment. I don't know if Slip remembers this or not, but I was kind of freaked out. Like, Slipgator, like the Slipgator from YouTube, really? And he was really small at that point, but when it's somebody that you watch on a regular basis, it's kind of cool to see him join your TeamSpeak or your mumble or whatever it is. And I think I just had a little bit of a fanboy moment there with them. But yeah, we talked, and I, was watching his stuff, and I had a channel back then, but it was very crap. I'll admit it right now. And, after watching these guys do their thing and seeing, the quality stuff that had come out of them, I, really decided to buckle down and make this a thing. And, then, like I said before, meeting up with Zueljin and having conversations with him really solidified this as something that I wanted to do. So, those guys are big influences on my stuff. I, wouldn't be doing this without them, and I wouldn't be on Hypermine without Z, and it's just... I owe a lot to those guys, and I don't think there's ever going to be a way that I can really repay them for all of the help that they've given me and all the influence. But I just I'm glad to be able to call Z a friend, and I'm glad that I've talked to Slip, and just be able to draw inspiration and influence from those guys is just pretty incredible. So. Besides that, some other people that I've been watching for a long time, Good is definitely one of those. A lot of people will say Good and whatnot, but he's been one I've watched for a long time. Find a lot of his stuff to be pretty great. Was kind of blown away by the fact that I got to meet him at Minecon. Kurt J. Mack was another guy that I had watched for a long time. Kurt was actually how I found Minecraft. I didn't know what Minecraft was, and I didn't know who Good was until I had watched Kurt, through his Farlands or Bust, and he got invited to Minecraft, and that's when I found out about them and found Good and all those guys. So yeah, I haven't watched him real long, but let's see, I'm just thinking here. I used to like B00's early stuff when he started building, on his building with B00, like way back in the day. I really enjoyed his building style. As far as that's concerned, I mean, one guy that really has nothing to do with Minecraft or gaming in general that I have watched for probably close to 3 or 4 years now has been Shay Carl in the Shaytards. They are a vlog channel, pretty large. I think like 3 million subscribers. I've watched him for a long time, and he's a big influence as well, because he's one of these guys that had nothing, was just filming his family, filming his kids, having fun, you know. He's always happy. Always a really great guy, and you know, that kind of is an inspiration of how I want to live my life and treat my friends and family. And he's just a really great guy, and yeah, that's probably one of my biggest influences in that respect. Yeah, we never did make it that far away from spawn, did we? So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions that you want to ask, you know, just leave them in the comment section down below. I will gladly answer them either in a comment or maybe in the next video or whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something that you didn't know about me in this, and I again hope to see you in the next one. So guys, my name is Drax, and I'll see you later. Get in